Good afternoon. Well, good morning for me here. Um, just want to drop a quick video here. Easy-ish ways to get gear for your character. Now, again, these videos are generally for guys just learning how to play the game or early seasonal players. The best way to get gear, unfortunately, is to grind, is to whatever the highest level you can run. Here, I'll drop it all. Right? Whether it's right? So seasonal mode, go down to game settings, adventure mode, act one, and then pick your torment. It goes all the way to 16. Your hardest level is 16, right? If all you can best you can play right now is master or torment or whatever that hardest level is, you can play on that level, right? And grind. If you're in town, you're not winning the game, right? Town is lava. Just pretend town is lava. The least amount of time you spend here in town, the better. Right? You're going to want to be early in game in adventure mode, and you're going to want to be doing all your bounties and getting those bounty caches because they come with books for like all these, the green and the legendary sets you can craft at your blacksmith. Those all come from books that you get from your herodic cache that you get for doing bounties, right? Complete all 5 bounties and you'll get the herodic cache. Comes with 600,000 gold and 247,000 XP, right? And just play the hardest level you can play. Go in between doing bounties and running regular Nephilim rifts. And pick up every piece of gear that hits the ground. Every piece, right? And salvage it. Unless it's way better for you than what you're wearing, and it isn't the gear you need for the build you've chosen to play, right? Which I don't know if I've discussed this. Go to Maxroll MAXROLL.GG, and they've got all kinds of builds there, right? And they cover Diablo 2, Diablo 3. The grandbabies are playing in the living room, cute little sons of guns. And they cover all the builds for your wizard, like all the different set builds, no set builds. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there and at icyveins.com. It's another decent place to go. I like Maxroll because I can search it on my phone. It's very user-friendly on your phone. You can just tap the different pieces of gear and it'll expand it and show you all the various rolls you want on your gear, like all the stuff in the blue. It'll tell you which rolls you want in descending order almost of what you want on that gear, right? Like this piece, you want intelligence and crit. It's going to tell you that, right? It's going to tell you all that. Now this build, they probably don't have this build particular there because it's my own kind of creation thing. It's my own little bastard child. But it's a very good resource. Now, back to what I was saying, easy-ish gear. You're going to want it, like I said, you're going to want to, when you're out there, let's just hit this first one here. Like everything, any little piece of gear that all the gold, and early, I mean, once you get a set too, once you get a full set like I'm wearing, you're going to want to run a puzzle ring and get that Boon of the Hoarder and put it in one of your necklace or one of your rings. Because it's a lot of gold. Yeah, and gold is hyper necessary. You're going to really need the gold. And that gives you a 100% chance of gold. See, there's another mothy dude. For monsters. I haven't even come by a weapons rack yet. But anything that drops from these monsters when you're out here killing stuff, you want to pick it up. You want to hit... You want to hit anything that looks like a weapons rack. Anything that might drop. Anything you can click A on. Click A on it, right? And you want to take that gear. You want to pick it up because you're going to need it. Now I should still have some because I ran a couple of rifts before I done this, so I'd have some stuff in my inventory. Didn't even have my magic weapon on. All right. You always want to identify at the bookie cane here when you have legendaries, because your chances of you can identify everything all at once, and the chances of your rolls being good are better. Put my gems away. Salvage, right? You get 1 Forgotten Soul per item with a legendary, 3 if it's ancient, and 15 if it's primal. Now here's the big thing. Right? All the gray items, all the items on the weapon racks, all the little gray items. Let's see, I'm sure. Oops. I believe this guy sells a pair of boots. No. One of these guys always has a gray item somewhere. There we go. Okay, I'll buy one of each here. Right. So that's another where you can... Now, you cannot... The stuff you buy from the merchants, you cannot salvage. Right? The stuff you get from Kadala, you can salvage. But the idea is... Right now. So every time... There's basically 3 types of gear, 4 types of gear, right? That drop on the regular. You got your gray stuff, your blue stuff, and your yellow stuff. And I know I'm probably going over this in a little too much detail. We'll go put that in the bathroom. Good boy. Your gray items give reusable parts, and you get 9 reusable parts per gray item. So pick it all up. You'll build it up fast. Arcane Dust, blue, you get from the blue items. Lots of blue stuff drops early on in the game. Salvage it all. And Veiled Crystal, you get 1 Veiled Crystal per yellow item. But here's the thing. I'm going to need to get 1 more yellow item, I think, here. Right? Your cube. As you're picking stuff up, you're going to find... You're going to find, you're getting, now you see these look pretty even. That's because I've evened them out. You're going to find, as you play the game, you're going to pick up a lot more of this stuff than you are Veiled Crystal, right? And you're going to find a lot of the recipes you use to craft your gear. We'll just see, it uses a lot more Veiled Crystal than it does the other pieces. And some of your recipes in here, see, as we like, let me get some room here. Reforged Legendary. Now that uses all the mats you get from your Heroic caches. Those are bounty mats right there. The Rune, the Nightshade. But even if you look at this, upgrade rare item. You can craft a rare item and upgrade it to Legendary. Right? That's a good way. That's a really good way to get weapons, Legendary weapons. Right? Early on, or armor, or anything else. Let's make one of those, and I'll show you really quick. So this is one of the easy-ish ways to get, because it costs, I probably got too much to see the actual price, but it's about 15 of each of those pieces. I know it's 15 for the Veiled Crystal, and probably about the same for the Arcane Dust and the reusable parts to make one of those swords. Right, so that means you would have had to have salvaged 15 yellow pieces, like 5 of the blue ones and 2 of the gray ones to have enough of that material. And you bring it over here, and you upgrade rare, right? Now that costs quite a bit more, 50 of each, and 25 Death Breath that you only get from Death Breath only drops from Elite and champion monsters on Torment 1 and above once you're level 70, I believe, maybe 60. Right, so you got to grind up there. You got to get to 60, 70 to start getting the good stuff, right? And you take that item. There's a legendary item you can put on your level 70 character. That's one way of finding the pieces you need. Now, back to this stuff. Now, like I was saying earlier, you'll find as you're playing, you're going to end up with way, way more of these than these, right? But that's okay because the cube can help. You scroll down here to convert reusable parts, arcane dust, and veiled crystal, right? Now, the way this works, say I've got way, 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 way more reusable parts than I do veiled crystal, or right? I'm gonna, which is usually the case. Now you can go buy these pretty cheap if you don't have them. Like I just showed you, you can buy these pretty cheap from your vendors, right? In fact, let me get a couple more of each. And the gray items. There you go. All right. Now, the way this works is you sacrifice, you salvage a piece of gear, right? To make the other. So you need 100 reusable parts. Right? So like I said, you already have an overabundance of reusable parts, or you have an overabundance of arcane dust. Now, it's going to cost you 1 death breath and 100 reusable parts. And then if I need veiled crystal, I drop one of these in here. It'll take 100 of my reusable parts and make 100 veiled crystal. See, so now I'm back up over 1,300 on the veiled crystal. Right? You can do the same thing, and you can do it vice versa, right? You can make, if somehow by magic you end up with way more veiled crystal than you do reusable parts, and you're out of reusable parts. But you're going to find if you pick up all the gray items and all the blue items, you're going to end up with way more blue items, right? So you're going to, right, sacrifice that blue to make gray. Or vice versa. I think I just went backwards. Nope. 100. Gonna want, yeah, convert arcane dust. I'm gonna want to convert arcane dust. There we go. And that just gave me 100 more. Boys, shh, go please play in the bedroom. Now that I just converted 100 of those into 100 of those. And that's a good way, so if you're really low on veiled crystal, which is generally the case, and really high on these, if you've been doing a good job of farming and picking all this up, picking up all your gold, you can easily make enough veiled crystal to do something. And like I said, you can do it 100 at a time. It's 100 at a time. So now I'm going to go sell all this. Yeah. There we go. So that's an easy way to get materials to get your gear. What have we got in here? No, not selling that. Yeah, I can sell that. Although I probably should have salvaged it. Now, and then like I said, crafting items here, like that Sovereign Tsunami Blade is how you get your Death Wish. And I'm going to show you that right now. Now, here's the second easy-ish way to get gear. Right? You've got your level 70 character. You've been doing a good job of farming for guys that play this game regularly are going to know this, and you're not going to have any issue with it. This is more for people that only get to play an hour or two a week, right? When you get that hour or two, don't be in town here. Like I said earlier, town is lava. Be out there. Be out running bounties or running Nephilim rifts and picking stuff up. Picking up your craft material. Picking up every item, hitting every weapons rack, picking that item up, right? Because and you've been going for a bit, but you still haven't quite got say your Death Wish. And Death Wish is generally a pretty easy one. Right now is what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Switch Heroes. And then I'm going to go to Create Hero. I'm going to go to the Wizard. And I'm going to make a level 1 Wizard. It doesn't matter what his name is. Right? Because you're going to delete this character when you're done. Make this level 1. Go to Game Settings. Adventure Mode. Act 1. And you'll only be able to set it on T6 is the highest you'll be able to go with a level 1 character. See? And set it all the way up there. Start your game. Now, you don't want to go do anything. You don't want right away. Now, if we look at our crafting mats, all of the crafting mats that are in our stash are available on our level 1 character. Because the stash is shared among your characters, right? Although, of course, he can't equip any of that because he's not level 70. But here's the thing. There's a limited number of legendaries that will drop for a level 1 character. So you need your Death Wish. Now, you make your level 1 character, come over here, go to Sovereign Tsunami Blade, because it's the one-handed sword, and you craft these rare Sovereign Tsunami Blades. And I always suggest you do 5 or 10, right? Depending on how much materials you have, because even to do 5 is going to cost you about 600, at least 600 Veiled Crystal, right? Because of how much it costs to upgrade. It costs 50 Veiled Crystal a whack. So you're going to want to have been out there so you have maybe 1,000. Right? And you need this one weapon. How many of those? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? That ought to be plenty just for. Now, and I know every season, right? There's recipes. Jetson, please go play in the bedroom. You're cute as shit and all, but please play in the bedroom. Every season, there's recipes, right? Now, Blizzard sets it so that if you make a level 1 character and you craft 5 Sovereign Tsunami Blades, the 5th one, when you upgrade them, will be the Death Wish. Or the 2nd one, or the 3rd one, or the 10th one. It's different every season. So, Monster Hunter, 3rd one in. 4th one in. 5th one in. There's your Death Wish. Right? So this is a quick way to get gear. Right? You craft a level 1 character. Say you're having a hard time finding, there's nothing selected, but like the Orb of Infinite Depth that you need for the build. Right? So once you've done your seasonal journey, your set gear, you get that whole thing. It can be a pain, like finding your sword, or finding the necklace, or generally the bracers or something you're going to craft, or if it's a different piece, you can come in here and craft like 5 of those and upgrade them to rare. Because generally if it's something like that for your build, it's going to be available to you as a level 1 character, that legendary, for that set build. Right? And so now also this season, because of the angelic wishes, if you've been diligently grinding, you've probably got a few of these. And that will make that level 70 weapon you just got primal. It'll give it the best rolls possible, right? Then you have your Ramadali Ding Dongs, if you're fortunate enough to have some. You can put a socket on that weapon if it doesn't come with one, so you don't have to waste your materials trying to roll a socket over here at Kadala. Yeah, you move so slow. Level 1 characters move so slow. Right? So then that's one way to get your level 70 gear. And I'll just, I haven't done any of these yet. Armor. Oh, there we go. Broken sword. No. Shields. There we go. Sovereign motion sphere. Now, by all rights, I should after I've got the one weapon I should make another level 1 character. Just delete this one, put the sword in my stash, delete this character, make another one. But since it's still level 1, right, go grind it out. Make some more of these. Upgrade rare, right? Channel those force. Third one in, fourth one in. Fourth one is Firebird's Eye. So if you haven't got it, and that one's not horribly bad. That's actually not a horribly bad Firebird's Eye, right? It comes with crit hit chance, and it comes with fire damage. Comes with intelligence. You would have to roll the energy twister damage off to get your critical hits grants for arcane. And that would be a really good starter Firebird's Eye. So if the Firebird's Eye you got with your set is crap and you haven't got a better one yet, you could come in here, craft 4 of those, but that's not what we're looking for. We are looking for, nope, Mirrorball. So we know, I'm just going to salvage all this stuff because I need the Forgotten Souls more than anything. All right, let's go to armor again. No weapons. And we'll make some more of these. Because it's still level 1 character, so it should still be. And this is only if usually if you're dedicated about running, it's not too much, Occasionally I'll hear guys go, man, it's been 3 days in and I still haven't got my Death Wish. I still haven't gotten, whatever it is they need for the build, whatever build it is to play. Okay, so this is what, the 6th one in? Another Firebirds. Looks like that orb might be deep in the Oculus. At Sigil, you need that for the LOD build and for the Solo 45 build. Chandelos. Yeah, that one's getting a little expensive. And it seemed to me the orb dropped for me early in the game. I got a whole bunch of orbs early in the game. Like before I had anything else for the Firebirds build, I had the Orb of Infinite Depth. Try again. Yeah, so this is one, the Orb of Infinite Depth is not one you're going to want to do this trick to, because now we're what, 12 in and haven't gotten one yet? Yeah, so this is not something oh, there it is, like the 12th one in or something. So probably not something you're going to want to do to get that unless you have the mats to spend. Right? That's probably something that's, yeah, it's getting a little expensive. Let's see, let's see, I'm going to quit, delete this guy. Switch heroes. And we'll make another one. So, yep. And again, make sure you put it on adventure mode, because otherwise you'll go into regular gameplay, and that'll ruin it. At that point, you might as well just delete that character and start again. Wrestler's Folly is something you use I use. Wrestler's Folly is something that helps with your Firebirds build, so we'll see if we can get one of those in like 5. Now this doesn't, so you say you're playing regular even. and you've decided you're just bored with the character you're playing. You want to try, instead of a wizard, you want to try a witch doctor or something. Well, this is a way to get gear. You start at level 1 and you craft around till you get some set items, right? Because if you've been playing another character, I'll assume you've already claimed the Hedrig's gift on your first character. Prowlers, Promise of Glory, Lucudian Prowlers. Yep. So Master's Folly doesn't drop right away in the first 5, and that's when I'm making a character like this. I usually just look for the first 5. We'll go 10 deep though, just because. And usually if I decide I'm going to play a completely different character, and this is how I'll gear them out after I get them to 70. And it usually costs me right around 20,000 of all my items to do that. 20,000, right? Which sounds like a lot, but if you're farming diligently when you're out running your bounties and running your neffies, you get there quickly. Defenders. Yeah. So that's not one that's going to come really quickly. Herbrash's Binding. I have that in the cube for this build. We'll see. Like, a lot of this stuff dropped for me early season playing, and so I didn't have to do this to get it. So that's why I'm kind of not sure. The only one I knew was the Death Wish. For sure was the 5th one in. Whoops. Okay, made a few more of those. Let's see. And obviously, I mean, if you've got this many extra mass to do this many, you probably already have what you need. But like I'm saying, just like get enough to come here and do 5. Just to see if it'll drop for you if it hasn't dropped. Razor Strap. Lord of Shenma. Oh. That right there, if you're running the Talrash's build, there's the Shame of Delcery. You do need that for that build. That is a necessary belt for that build. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like 7th one in. And like one of the first ones is Talrash's Brace. So if you haven't completed the season, right, you can start. And this is the way. And as you've seen early on, I started getting Firebird's gear almost right away. Right? So if you haven't completed seasonal and you got a bunch of building mats, again, this is a way you can use it. And these rolls are static. They're going to be static all season. Every time you make a level 1 character and come in here, these are going to drop in this order. So if you decide you're done with Talrash's and you want the Firebird, say. Keep trying to teleport. I don't even have it open yet. Let's see, upgrade rare. Talrash's. Gladiator. Fierce Gauntlets. Mage Fist. Oh, look at that. Typhoon's Claw, the 4th one in. Now you can, like, we'll double check this. I'll delete this character. We'll make 5 of these and come back and see if the 4th one is, again, those primals. See, this is like, right? So if you're doing that set, or you know people doing that set, or they, right, tell them, level 1 character, blah, blah, blah. I think Typhons did have something going on this season too, but right in the fire. So let's quit. This will be our affirmation of the hypothesis, right? Create new hero, wizard, accept, game settings, adventure mode, act 1, tier 6, start. Okay, go back to the gloves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what do we got? We got Talrash's was the very first one. And then Fierce Gauntlets, right? Talrash's. Gladiator. Fierce Gauntlets. Mage Fist. Typhoon's Claws, 5th one in, Primal. And they'll be like that all season long. So, and there's guys who have plating masks like me who come and do this. And if you can find guys, they can give you full-on recipes. Like for the Death Wish, right? Craft 5 of those Death Wish. Take 5 Angelic Crucibles. Sanctify it 5 times. And then reforge that sword 14 times. And it will be a primal. Right? That's one recipe. I probably shouldn't be talking about it live on stream. Because I don't know. But that's a way to get your primal Death Wish for this season. Next season it'll be different. Right? And there isn't always recipes for primal items. Various. But like I'm saying, if you're having a hard time getting gear and you're being diligent about farming, this is a good way to do it. Come in here and craft 5 of each item, make them legendary, and see what you get, right? If you're having issues. Because like I said, like every time, 5th one's a Death Wish. 4th one is a Primal Typhoon's Claws, right? And who knows but this is a good place. Rings are a little, because they cost you, right? They cost you gems. If you don't have a whole lot of gems, I'm not sure the payout on this is going to be as good. And the same with necklaces, right? I'm not sure if the payout's going to be good. Because you need gems to do it. But it's worth trying. It's worth attempting. If you really need that last ring, right? I know barbarians have a hard time with Ring of Might. So this might be a place to come get that Ring of Might. Now, it won't show up for me because I'm not barbarian, but I'm just seeing what comes up. First 5. Restraint. The Compass Rose. Kind of a crappy Compass Rose, but it's a Compass Rose. If you need a Compass Rose, 2nd one in is a Compass Rose. 3rd one in is Wailing Host. 4th one in is Broken Promises.
This house wasn't the same. My house wasn't.
5, 6. 10. How long have I been going here? 34 minutes already. Jesus. Getting carried away. Broken Promises again. Roger's Hughes. Yeah. Most of these are kind of trash. But There's Wailing Host again. You know you can get a Compass Rose, Oculus with 76 for your follower, that go on your follower. In the first 10 rings, Candy's Flame, you know you could get 3 possible usable rings. Restraint and Compass Rose. First 2, Broken Promises is handy. Yeah. I was probably equipping some of the shit. Nope. Okay. And then last one really quick, we'll make 10 necklaces. Yeah. And we'll see what we get here. Now later on, I'll probably do this later today. I want to do some more stuff with my Wiz, but later, if not today, in a couple days, I want to do a Necro so I can do the set dungeon for the Grace of Inaria set, because it's a super easy set dungeon. All right, first one, garbage. Second one, Flavor of Time. So second one in, if you haven't gotten Flavor of Time for your follower, second necklace in is Flavor of Time. Talrasha, oh, wait. That one was ancient. We'll look at it again here in a second. Countess Julio's cameo. Orboros, not really. Haunt of Vox. Blackthorns. Yeah. This one wouldn't have paid off for you. Traveler's Pledge. If you need Traveler's Pledge, that was 7th one in. Hunt of Vows. Dovo's Energy Traps. So, out of those necklaces, so second one is Flavor of Time if you haven't gotten it for your follower. And then like 7th one in, 7th or 8th, I think it was 7th, is Traveler's Pledge if you haven't gotten a Traveler's Pledge. And it's not horribly bad. It comes with Cold Skill, no socket though. That's not cool. So you would have to roll off like the attack speed or... Yeah, probably the attack speed. Roll off the attack speed for a socket. And then it would have cold damage if you're running a cold build. Like the Talrasha's build is a cold build, but I believe you use squirts on that build. And if you're dying a lot from the squirts, Traveler's Pledge, Compass Rose is an alternative to get that 100% damage. You just lose a ring slot in the process, right? All right. I'm going to salvage this your stuff. But that is an alternative way to get gear for your character if it hasn't been coming, right? Number one thing you need to do is not be in town most of the time. You need to be out there farming. And then if you're still having issues getting some gear, this is a reliable way to do it, right? And gambling. Like, come in here with 16, 1700, as many blood shards as you can carry, and gamble for the items you need at Kadala. Because, again, she will give you legendaries, but only a limited amount, certain ones, because you're level 1. And that'll give you a lot better chances, usually, of getting the items you need for your build. All right. Thank you for joining me here at Darth Grumpy Dad. If you like the content you found here at Twitch, please follow me here at Twitch, and then hop on over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel there. These videos are only up for 2 weeks at Twitch, but they're up forever at YouTube. And any help is appreciated. Please like, subscribe, follow, share, ring the bell, all that gobbledygook. Smack the doobly-doo. Thank you. Have a good day.